general recommendation for the maximum distance between pull boxes in conduit runs is 100 feet. This spacing is a common practice to facilitate easier wire pulling and prevent damage to conductors during installation. However, it's crucial to understand that this 100-foot rule is a general guideline and the specific requirements can vary based on several factors. These factors include the size and type of conduit, the number and size of conductors being pulled, the number and degree of bends in the conduit run, and any applicable local or national electrical codes. When determining pull box placement, always consult the National Electrical Code, or NEC, and local regulations, as they provide specific requirements and guidelines for conduit installations. The NEC addresses pull box sizing and placement in Article 314. One key aspect to consider is the cumulative bend angle in a conduit run. The NEC specifies that for conduit runs with bends totaling more than 360 degrees between pull points, the maximum distance between pull points should be reduced. This is because excessive bends increase the pulling tension required, making it harder to install the conductors and potentially damaging them. To calculate the appropriate pull box spacing, you need to assess the complexity of the conduit run. This involves considering the number of bends, the degree of each bend, and the overall length of the run. For straight conduit runs with no bends, the 100-foot spacing may be adequate, but for runs with multiple bends or significant changes in direction, closer spacing might be necessary. The size and type of conductors also play a crucial role in determining pull box spacing. Larger conductors require more pulling force, and therefore shorter distances between pull points are recommended to prevent insulation damage. Similarly, the type of conductor insulation affects the pulling force required. Some insulation types are more susceptible to damage from abrasion or excessive tension, necessitating closer pull box spacing. The type of conduit used also influences the maximum spacing between pull boxes. Different conduit materials, such as rigid metal conduit or RMC, intermediate metal conduit or IMC, electrical metallic tubing or IMT, and PVC conduit have varying degrees of rigidity and smoothness. Smoother conduit materials generally allow for longer pull lengths, while rougher materials may require closer spacing. Pull box sizing is another critical factor to consider. The NEC specifies the minimum dimensions for pull boxes based on the size and number of conductors entering and exiting the box, as well as the presence of splices or taps. The pull box must be large enough to provide adequate working space for making connections and pulling conductors without damaging them. The NEC provides detailed calculations for determining the required pull box size in Article 314.28. These calculations take into account the conduit size, the number of conductors, and the configuration of the conduit entries. It's important to note that the NEC distinguishes between straight pulls and angle pulls when determining pull box sizing. Straight pulls involve conductors entering and exiting the pull box in a straight line, while angle pulls involve conductors changing direction within the pull box. Angle pulls require larger pull boxes to accommodate the bending radius of the conductors. In addition to the NEC requirements, manufacturers of conductors and pulling lubricants often provide recommendations for maximum pulling lengths and tensions. These recommendations are based on the specific characteristics of their products and should be considered when determining pull box spacing. Pulling lubricants are essential for reducing friction between the conductors and the conduit, which can significantly decrease the pulling force required and prevent insulation damage. When selecting a pulling lubricant, it's important to choose one that is compatible with the conductor insulation and the conduit material. Some lubricants can damage certain types of insulation or conduit, leading to premature failure. Proper installation techniques are also crucial for ensuring successful wire pulling. This includes using appropriate pulling equipment, such as fish tape, pulling ropes, and pulling grips, and following proper procedures for feeding the conductors into the conduit. Avoid using excessive force when pulling conductors, as this can damage the insulation or the conductors themselves. If the pulling force becomes too high, stop and re-evaluate the conduit run to identify any obstructions or tight bends that may be contributing to the problem. Consider using intermediate pull boxes or lubricating the conductors more thoroughly. In some cases, it may be necessary to disassemble a section of the conduit run to remove an obstruction or correct a misaligned joint. Regular inspections of conduit runs and pull boxes are essential for identifying potential problems before they lead to failures or safety hazards. Check for signs of corrosion, damage, or deterioration, and ensure that all connections are tight and secure. Replace any damaged or corroded components promptly to maintain the integrity of the electrical system. When working with electrical systems, always follow safe work practices and wear appropriate personal protective equipment, including safety glasses, gloves, and insulated tools. De-energize the circuit before working on any electrical components and verify that the circuit is energized using a voltage tester. If you are not qualified to work on electrical systems, consult a licensed electrician. They have the knowledge and experience to ensure that the work is done safely and in accordance with all applicable codes and regulations. Furthermore, documentation of the conduit run and pull box locations is crucial for future maintenance and troubleshooting. Maintain accurate records of the conduit routing, the size and type of conductors, the location of pull boxes, and any other relevant information. This documentation can save time and effort when performing repairs or modifications to the electrical system. In summary, while 100 feet is a common guideline for pull box spacing, the specific requirements can vary significantly depending on the details of the installation. Always consult the NEC, local codes, and manufacturer recommendations to determine the appropriate spacing for your particular application. Consider factors such as conduit size and type, conductor size and type, the number and degree of bends, and the use of pulling lubricants. Proper planning, installation, and maintenance are essential for ensuring the safety and reliability of electrical systems. Remember that electrical work can be dangerous, and it should only be performed by qualified individuals who are familiar with safe work practices and applicable codes and regulations. Take the time to educate yourself on the NEC requirements and best practices for conduit installation. This will help you avoid costly mistakes and ensure the long-term performance of your electrical system. Also, be aware that some jurisdictions may have stricter requirements than the NEC, so it's important to check with your local electrical inspector to ensure compliance. Don't hesitate to ask questions and seek clarification on any aspects of the code that you don't fully understand. A thorough understanding of the NEC is essential for anyone involved in the design, installation, or maintenance of electrical systems. Finally, remember that electrical codes and standards are constantly evolving, so it's important to stay up to date on the latest changes and revisions. Attend training courses, read industry publications, and participate in professional organizations to stay informed about the latest developments in electrical safety and technology. By continuously improving your knowledge and skills, you can ensure that you are providing the highest level of safety and quality in your work. So, to reiterate, while 100 feet serves as a general starting point, a comprehensive assessment of the specific installation parameters is vital to determine the correct and compliant pull box spacing. Consider the conduit type, conductor characteristics, bend quantity, and relevant codes to ensure a safe and efficient electrical system.